What's up, folks? MC here, and just leaving my house, heading to New York, heading to the office. A bit of a rainy day here in the mountains. Something popped into my head, a topic, and those of you that know me know that these things pop in and they pop out a lot of times. And I wanted to get this on tape before something else popped in. And I wanted to talk today a little bit about alliance and about people's alliance formulas. I was just listening to a talk show, and the host of the talk show was talking about, people today not, being able to get along. And the consensus or the conclusion that the host was coming to was that the intent to get along wasn't there as it used to be in the past. And I would disagree, maybe not completely in what he's trying to say, but I think the mechanism that has led to society being as divided as it is nowadays is a little bit more mathematical, if you will, a little bit more formulaic. I think that people's formulas or protocols to get along with people, to get along with other people, is underdeveloped. I think it's ignored. I think the very merits or purpose or value of getting along with people who are unlike ourselves has been summarily dismissed. Now, I think it doesn't take much. It's not that much of a reach for people to sit back and say, you know what, I have my own preferences, my own likes, my own goals, ambitions, my own loyalties, to different identities aside from myself. But the bottom line being, I don't think it's a stretch for people to agree with the statement that we're all different. Well, being that we're all different, we have to concede at some point that we need to get along with people who are unlike ourselves in order to form alliances in the first place. Whether it's forming a strong, complementary relationship with our significant other, to finding somebody that actually brings value to the table to form some sort of a business partnership or business relationship, to getting along with people who, you grew up with and really don't have anything in common, so you think, but for some reason still maintain this friendship. There is commonality there, in the last example, the fact that you have the shared experience from the past. But I think we know that even though we're different, we get along with other people for different reasons. And I think when we look at that and dissect it a little bit more, I think it really speaks to the need for us to develop a sort of formulaic approach to establishing these alliances. We know that they're different from us, but we know there's a synergy, a benefit to both parties that exceeds the individual, states of each identity. Yet, even though we're apart from them, and even though we want to form an alliance with them, a lot of times, we focus on those differences, and the need for alliance often trumps, I think, a productive way to actually conduct and build up that alliance. I think sometimes people get lonely, and they just want to change their state from being lonely to being, amongst company at a minimum. And I think, the old phrase is you want to do things out of inspiration, not desperation. And I think when it comes to alliance, I think that certainly holds true. So what am I saying? What is my point? My point is that we need to look at what an alliance is. We need to understand that it's the only way that we're going to connect with other people to create that synergy. It's the only way we're not going to be alone. It's the only way we're going to be able to sort of create that environment of checks and balances at a minimum. The people who tell you, like, listen, man, you're fucking up. You're saying you're happy and you're enjoying yourself, but you're running through resources, you're burning bridges, you're fucking up. We need people that say that to us. And, finding people who are strong enough and invested in that alliance enough to say that, you don't want to sort of just relegate to luck and good fortune. I think good habits, produce good circumstances. They increase the probability of you succeeding. But I think it starts with taking a sort of long, hard look. Take a short, hard look. Whatever it is, understand that if we don't know how one can become a friend of ours, then we're sort of running blind. I'll give you one more quick example before I end the video. In business, right? In business, you'll see a lot of times, and I get this all the time. It's people like what I'm doing, they see what I'm doing, and they want these types of results. Whether it's somebody starting out with a podcast, or a lot of martial arts school owners. Certainly in the past, even up to this day, they use phrases like, "I want to pick your brain," "I want to," or they'll just ask a question, and the answer of that question, it's taken me 5-10 years, maybe a couple of $100,000 in education to learn, and they just want to basically use me as a Google, right? They just want to send me a question and have me send them an answer, whether it's speaking to them or an email. And sometimes I get a message on Facebook, "Hey, what do what is what are the prices of your school, and how do you close people for joining your school?" And I don't even know this person. It's happened countless times. And what I'm saying is, I'm not opposed to answering that. I'm not opposed to helping them out. But my formula for alliance is win-win. It always has been. It's a very universal way, a very universal approach to forming strong alliances, to maintaining this synergy, right? And I think when you are looking to form an alliance, there should certainly be a benefit for you, but the people who are, more aggressive in their approaches to forming these alliances, ask yourself, to take a step. And this is a page out of my formula, for alliances. It's what are you doing for the other person, and how is there a synergy, in the two of you forming this alliance in the first place? All right. So let me summarize. I'm driving and talking, and sometimes you guys know me. I'm all over the place sometimes. The summary is, we're all different, yet we know there is value in coming together in alliance. Anything that brings value to your life, you should assign value to. When it comes to building alliance, don't leave it to chance. Create a formula and a circumstance under which you will form an alliance. And being that alliance is built on the benefit of, at least both parties involved, make sure at the outset of an alliance you see not only the value for yourself, but the value for the other party. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon. And as always, brothers and a couple of sisters, pressure to power.